Entitled mom demands I play with her entitled kids. I should explain where my house is situated for this to make sense. I live directly next to a parking lot that has a daycare next to it, but there is enough room so that when the snowplows come, they create a snowbank on some grass in between my driveway's fence and the parking lot. It was getting late, so I decided to shovel, and I should mention that the kids, of which there are 3, like to carve out the bank, throwing snow onto the lot, and then bunker down and throw snowballs onto cars and passerby, and the parents do absolutely nothing about it. When I shovel, I like to throw the snow onto the bank, keep in mind, not the ones the children play at, but one diagonally across, making sure it doesn't go onto the driveway. On this particular day though, the snow was a little bit harder to shovel, because the children were bringing bottles of water and throwing the contents onto my snowy driveway. They started targeting me with a couple of snowballs and screeching, and I mean screeching, about how they want me to play with them. And just so it isn't weird, I'm 14, not like, an old dude. I say that no, in fact, I don't want to play with them, and they start bawling, and run back to their house. Next couple minutes go by and I'm just shoveling until the mother comes over. Entitled mom, why won't you play with my damn kids? Me, because I'm shoveling? Entitled mom, that's not an excuse. I demand you play with them immediately. Me, no. At this point the mother stomps the ground, and me, not wanting any of her BS, goes inside my house. Her being persistent decides to knock on my door. My mom goes to the door asking what's up. Entitled mom, your son was being rude and punched my children and threw snow on them. My mom, sorta laughing, no, he didn't. Entitled mom, yes he did. My mom, no, he didn't. I heard you through the damn walls and this is the first time I'm hearing about any punching. Entitled mom scoffs, whatever, a-holes. And leaves. Next time, I'm shoveling indoors.
Entitled mom tells kid I'm wrong gender. So, a while back when I was 14, I had an extremely Chad haircut, don't judge me, I was going through a phase, and long eyelashes. I tend to wear baggy clothing and I'm a dude. Alright, now that that's out of the way, moving on. So here I am, enjoying a coffee with my friend talking about Call of Duty when this kid walks up to me. Kid, hey, what you doing? This kid was like maybe 7 or 8 for context. Me, being the extrovert I am, not much, why? Kid, well, my mom says you shouldn't hide who you are. After that, the child walks away. I just sat there with my friend wondering what that child meant. When out of nowhere this lady, who actually does have a Karen haircut, starts screaming at the barista about something I didn't quite catch. Me and my friend walk over and I try and defuse the situation while my friend records what's going on. Me, what's going on here? Entitled mom, stay out of it girl, this isn't your business. Me, I'm sorry? Girl? Entitled mom, well, you are clearly a lady, I don't know why you hide it. Me, I'm a dude. What would make you think that I'm a girl? Entitled mom, well. At this point she just stares blankly. Me, well. Entitled mom, you have no right being a transgender. You Satan worshipping cunt. She proceeds to storm out of the coffee shop. Talk to the barista and apparently entitled mom was screaming because there wasn't any pumpkin spice, in the middle of spring. Still, I have no idea what the hell she was going on about and question it to this day. Kid seemed really nice too, said he has to deal with that. Entitled mom tries to run boyfriend over with her car. So ever since the start of quarantine, almost an entire year ago, I've been living at home with my parents since I was furloughed from my job for a while. They are not the entitled parents of this story. They're amazing. The person who's not amazing? The next door neighbors, aka the entitled mom and her toddler. Also her nice and normal live-in boyfriend, not her baby daddy though. Mom and boyfriend frequently get into screaming matches in the front yard for the whole neighborhood to hear, and by screaming matches I mean the mom yelling and occasionally shoving the boyfriend. I've never seen him get aggressive, only her. But the worst is the car honking. See, her toddler loves to honk the car horn. And mom lets him honk. I'm not talking 1 or 2 little toots when they're pulling in after errands. She lets this toddler sit in the car and he just wails on horn for 15 to 30 minutes straight. He throws a fit if taken out before he's tired of it himself, so she just lets him honk away. A few weeks ago I was doing my annual overnight audit at my place of work, no longer furloughed but still staying at parents' place to help me save up some money for a little while longer though. Things took longer than I expected and I never made it home until 6 a.m. Immediately crash and then I am awoken like 2.5 hours later by the car symphony next door. I contemplate throwing my headphones on and trying to get back to sleep but just decide screw it. Today is just gonna suck, I'll take a nap later if I have to. I hop in the shower, hoping that'll wake me up. Now as soon as I am out and getting dressed I hear my mother yelling downstairs. Oh my god, she's trying to kill him. Apparently while I was enjoying some nice hot water entitled Mom and boyfriend were having one of their trademark loud arguments in their driveway. Apparently the boyfriend had finally decided to tell her that hey, maybe you shouldn't let your kid wail on the car horn. She didn't appreciate him telling her what to do with her child. More words were exchanged which apparently ended with him saying he was going to take a walk so they could both cool down and proceeded to walk down the street. She wasn't done with him. She hops into her car, the wheels screeching as she peels out of the driveway and tries to run him down. He narrowly avoids Pancake Town by bolting across another neighbor's yard and vaulting over their wall. This is about the time I got out the shower and my mother started yelling. My dad meanwhile has gotten on the phone with the cops because she almost hit his truck. That was seriously his reasoning, not that she was trying to kill her boyfriend, but that she'd almost hit his truck. Luckily my mom made him hand her the phone, she got the details to the police and they said they'd send someone up. The entitled mom meanwhile has driven off down the street, presumably looking for boyfriend. I'm assuming her kid was in the car with her as well at this point but I'm not entirely sure. I live on a very twisty road so we lost sight of her pretty quick but we heard a bunch of car horns honking a minute or two later so I can only presume she was blocking traffic or causing some kind of commotion, I don't know, I certainly wasn't investigating that mess. I'm assuming the cops intervened at some point but no one got arrested and they're both still living together. The past couple weeks have been significantly quieter though. Only been one additional horn honking incident. Entitled Mother Accuses Me of Being a Terrorist. So, this happened just today, and I still laugh about it. To give you some context, I deliver leaflets as a part-time job, since I am 16. The place where I deliver them is a few tram stations away, so I always take the tram, since it's faster than walking. I usually have a carriage for the leaflets, but because of the snow, I have a large backpack. I grab my stuff and head out. So far everything goes as usual, I get on the tram and sit in the front. That was a mistake. Just a few seats next to me there is the Karen with a small girl, who looked probably 6 or 7. When I sat down, Karen looked at me and then at my backpack. Then came the well-known loud "excuse me." To which I looked at her and said yes. Then comes the following conversation. Karen, why do you have that large backpack, young man? Me, I have leaflets in it. It's my part-time job. Karen, that's BS, the backpack's too large for leaflets. Me, I have a lot of them, it's not BS. Karen, you probably have a bomb in there. Why would you otherwise sit in the front with a backpack like this? Now I have no idea what was she high on, but it was definitely something strong. By this time I was at the station so I picked up the backpack, but Karen started talking again. Karen, why are you leaving? Me, I was heading here in the first place. And then she had enough, grabbed her daughter, and got off with me. She then proceeded to block my path and screamed at me. Karen, that's enough, I know you have a bomb in there, you terrorist. And then I had enough. I opened the backpack, showed her the leaflets, closed it, put it on my back, and threatened her with calling the police if she didn't stop harassing me. I pushed her away and went my way, and she stayed at the station, waiting for another tram because she got off the first one, lol. Can we get a tour of your truck? No? Okay, we'll just break in. This happened on Monday. I drive a concrete mixer for those who have not read previous posts. I get a fair amount of private work and deal with a fair amount of entitled customers. This was not at a job site but in a Walmart parking lot during my allotted lunch break. It was just past my 10 hours and I called in for a 30 minutes break. I parked in the far reaches of the Walmart parking lot and well out of the way of any other vehicles. As I was getting out and locking up my truck with the spare key, because concrete mixers can't be shut off while any amount of concrete is left inside, a woman with short blonde hair approached me with a young girl, maybe 4 or 5. Entitled Mom asked me nicely if I could give her daughter a tour of my truck. She loved the noises it made, as all kids love loud noises. I kindly gave her and her daughter a 5-minute tour around the truck, explaining what happens when I'd unload and what the truck can do. A few bells and whistles tour. One of my favorite parts of this job is when kids wave and I can wave back. It's just one of those moments where you know you made a child happy. It's a great feeling. Her daughter said thank you and I was about to head into Walmart to grab a snack when entitled Mom out of nowhere screeched, "Hey! Aren't you going to show her the inside? She needs to see the inside buttons and switches and what they do." Me, "No ma'am, she can't get inside the cab of the truck. It's a safety hazard and we're in a pandemic. It's against our company policies to have anyone but a certified employee inside the truck or above 3 feet on any area of the truck." Now 99% of parents fully understand when given the reasoning. The concrete mixer that kids can climb into at truck shows are privately owned and generally for show and not for work environment. My truck has many bells and whistles that I've added myself to try and make it safer, including extra strobe lights, side and back cameras. I'm also paying the truck off through a company program, so it's my responsibility. Entitled Mom, you haven't completed the full tour. How is she going to know how it works? Even thought I just explained this. Me, I'm sorry ma'am, this isn't a display truck. Please excuse me, I'm on my lunch break and need to eat before it ends. And walked away. I did a quick in and out and headed back toward my truck. From afar I could see that there is now an older Suburban or Yukon sitting alongside the truck. I get around to the front to find a man in highlight construction clothing trying to jimmy my door lock. Me, what the duck? Get away from my truck. Corner of my eye has the Yukon with a stick sign that says lock services. Guy, oh, are you the owner? I was told you locked your keys in the truck and were in Walmart looking for someone to help. Me, oh, I have a spare in my hand. Who told you that? Just realizing who told him. Was it a tall lady with short blonde hair? Guy, yes it was, she told me about the situation. I could see the keys from the window so I didn't ask further. I'm very sorry. After explaining, I asked if she was still here and he pointed to a white VW Beetle with eyelashes on it. Of course it had ducking eyelashes. As I walked over to her, she pulled out and took off. I only got 3 numbers on the plate so it's unlikely I'll be able to make a report. Later on I checked the memory chip from the cameras, and entitled Mom tried to open the doors, climb on the steps and even push the window down with her palms. Why can't people take no as a final answer and leave it at that?